Honorable judges, respected audience, and everyone here today, good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank our mighty God for his blessings and guidance so that we all can gather here safely without any major obstacles. Secondly, I'd like to thank my parents and teachers for their endless support towards me. And last but not least, for the judges, thank you for giving me such an amazing opportunity to compete in this competition. Have you ever stopped and thought, what is the purpose of me existing in this world? Because I do that numerous times. Do I ever get an exact answer to that kind of random thoughts? No, not exactly. I usually just brush it off and let my mind wander about other things. But today, I'm not gonna do the same old tradition I've always done. So here I am. I'm Gaurivel Thedian, and I want to take you to the journey of searching for your truest self. But before we begin to dive into searching for our truest forms, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand what a self really is. What defines a self? A self is your identity, a sense of who you really are deep down. The word self itself comes from the Old English, meaning use one own person. So it is fully yours. You control your own self. You have the power to create your own version of it. And you also have the full control into how you want to be perceived by the world. But in order to develop into the best version of yourself, you have to befriend yourself first. Now you may be wondering, how exactly does that work? How can I be friends with myself? Well, oftentimes people only focus on building themselves on the outside, but struggle internally. Even more, you might not know this, but you can also be yourself's enemy. The most common example is being too harsh on yourself. Because of society's pressure, apparently. We get a sense of external validation if people acknowledge our striking points. At our age, beauty is the field where people stress the most about. According to Jamie Zelosny from the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, social comparison has led teenagers into anxiety, depression, and even more can be a cause to their societal behaviors. Peer pressure can also lead you to be untrue to yourself. You joined that cooking class because you have a friend that told you so. You picked that university because you have a friend that persuaded you to go there. You know that you lose on yourself. You didn't really enjoy cooking. You didn't really want to go to that university at the first place because it's too far from your house. Being friends with yourself requires you to reject all the persuasions that aren't beneficial to yourself. Do not let society dictate you. You don't have to live a life that people want. You don't have to be everything that society told you to be. Choose what's best for you. Just like you want your friends to be happy, want that for yourself too. Let yourself be happy because at the end of the day, it's your life and it's important for you to live a life according to your truest self. Not only that, the way we know our essence of life is to continually reflect. As I stated before, do not ever let society define you. Instead, look at yourself and think about your values, what you can offer to the world, or what you want to offer to the world. Now look in the mirror and observe what you see. Is that the self that is continually being burdened? Is that the self that you want to be? Or is it all just a product of people's opinion? If you reflect and look deep within yourself, you will see the lost reflection, the one you forget exists, the one that makes you the happiest, your truest self. By practicing these two ways, your journey of self searching is going to take you into what matters most, loving yourself. If we love, we forgive easily. Do that to yourself. Maybe you have a lot of work to do, but you're still unable to finish them all. Or maybe you participated in a competition but didn't win. I'm sure many of us will blame ourselves for not trying our best. Here's when the importance of self love comes into play. Instead of taking blame, say this to yourself. It's okay. You're doing okay. You're doing great. There will always be more and more opportunities ahead. That way, you can develop into the greatest version of yourself. Now, let me briefly restate the main points here. You have the full power into controlling what is inside you, who you are as a human being, and how you want to be seen by the world. And in order to search for your truest self, there are things you can do, which are being friends with yourself, reflecting repeatedly, and loving yourself. If these can be put into practice, not only you can transform into a better being, but other everyday problems such as comparing yourself to others will no longer be in your worry list. I sincerely hope that this can be an eye-opener into how you want to act to yourself in the future. I hope you can ask yourself questions and reflect, and I really hope that you can love yourself after that session. That's it from me. Thank you for your kind attention. God bless.